Passengers is directed by Morten Tydlum, the director of The Imitation Game, and stars Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and it was released on December 21st of last year and distributed by Columbia Pictures and Village Roadshow. Now, the plot of this movie is we we see this ship, and on a routine journey through space to a new home, two passengers sleeping in suspended animation are awakened 90 years too early when their ship malfunctions. As Jim and Aurora face the rest of their lives on board, with even luxury they could ever ask for, they begin to fall for each other, unable to deny their intense attraction, until they discover the ship is in grave danger. With the lives of 500 sleeping passengers at stake, only Jim and Aurora can save them all, but at the cost of everything. Now, going into this movie, before I was not on the hype train about this movie. I didn't know anything about this movie at first. But then, just months before the movie came out last year, I looked at some of the trailers, I looked at some of the photos, and said, hey, this could actually be pretty good. And the way people has said that this movie is it is like Interstellar and Titanic in space. It is Titanic in space, but it is not too much like one movie with it's not too much like $34 million, but I don't know. Anyways, but then so I was decided to see this movie. I wanted to see that the film would be good or not. So I watched it, and I have to say, after seeing all the unfair reviews from critics, this is a good movie. This is a good movie. I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed this movie. This is a amazing movie, and it's very underrated. This is a severely underrated film, and so let me talk about the acting in this movie. Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence are the two standouts in this role. Jim is Chris Pratt's character. He's a mechanical engineer, and Jennifer Lawrence is a writer and a journalist. And I think their collaboration, their chemistry that they have on screen is really handled well. You could tell the director, he made sure that it was pretty cool, and just I do love that the actors were great. It just the movie was really good. Now Jennifer Lawrence was paid $20 million against the 30% of the profit after the movie breaks even, and Chris Pratt was paid $12 million. So that was awesome. I do love Michael Sheen as the android. The android, he's pretty cool. I love him as the bartender on the Starship Avalon, which I say the ship is amazing. The effects are beautiful. I love the effects, and just the acting is really cool, and just the acting in this movie is great. I really do enjoy it, and just how the movie is play out. The movie plays out so good. Yes, the first 10 minutes were boring, but the movie picked up its pace, and I thought the movie, it needed slow pace for this love story, and because it does feel like Titanic in space. And if you guys know me, I love Titanic. Titanic was a great James Cameron movie, but this movie is a pretty good film. I do love it. You also got Laurence Fishburne as the chief deck officer of the spaceship, as well as Andy Garcia as Captain Norris. There's not a whole big cast, but the cast that's in the movie is pretty cool. And the bartender, I liked him. It was there were some funny moments there, but man, this movie had a lot of intense moments. There was a lot of intense moments. The scene with her, the scene with Jennifer Lawrence in the water, where she's trying to get out of the water, and when the whole ship loses gravity, and then she's trying to get out, and then that was intense. This movie has a lot of intense moments, even when later on at the end of the movie. I won't spoil it, but I am going to say the ending is a little bit is sad. The ending of this movie is sad, and just this ending of this movie, in my opinion, this is a very intense film, and just the way this movie is just created. This film is very intense, and just this movie is just very, very disturbing, and just the way this movie is, I just think that this movie is a very, very intense film, and just I think this movie right here, Passengers, is a good movie. Go see it. You should go see the movie. It is a great film. I do recommend you check it out. If forget what the critics have said. The critics doesn't know what they're talking about. This is a great original movie. People compare this way too much to Interstellar. If you go into this movie expecting Interstellar, you're not going to get that. You're going to get a different original story. And I think the technical aspects are great. The effects are good. You got good chemistry with the cast. It does get a little slow and slow in the first 10 minutes, but it slowly starts to pick up its pace, and I think you should definitely go check out Passengers. So yes, Passengers is a movie I definitely recommend you go see. It's still in the theaters. Go see the movie. Is made over $122.8 million opening weekend against a $110 million budget. I definitely, strongly, you go see this movie. Don't let this movie be a bomb, because this movie is a success so far. Please go see this movie. You will not regret it. I'm going to give Passengers, the movie, an epic-tastic. Part of the reason why I gave Passengers an epic-tastic is because I don't think it's worth it for a Joshua Drake Rainbow Seal of Approval, or a Better Than Vampire Diaries, or a Better Than Vampire Academy rating. But for what this movie is, it is an epic and fantastic movie that definitely deserves to be seen. It's definitely worth the price of admission. Thanks for watching my review of Passengers, guys. Let me know what you think about this movie down below. If you've seen it, have you seen it? Are you going to see it? And if you like this video, you can click right here. And next time, enjoy the show. Sorry, bye.